He's just kind of your stereotypical what your quarterback's been for the last 20 years, Bill. He's like 6'4", 220.
Cannon for an arm, but a lot of raw potential there. He's definitely not as cleaned up as some of these other prospects. Welcome back to the most unprofessional sports channel on YouTube. Welcome back to Swivel Chair Sports. I'm your host, Zach Zuckerberg. Here with the host today, Eric. Go and say hi, Eric.
If you like our content, be sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think.
But other than that, let's go ahead and get into it. So in this video, we'll be taking a look at one of the more forgotten about NFL quarterback draft prospects this upcoming 2024 draft. A kid from North Carolina, Drake Maye. If you don't know, trying to follow in his father's footsteps a little bit. His father played quarterback at UNC as well. Brothers played basketball there. One of them even won the 2017 national title. So athleticism is in this kid's veins, let me tell you. Drake Maye is a born blue blood athlete, literally blue blood athlete going to UNC. Came out as the ninth ranked quarterback out of high school behind guys like Caleb Williams, JJ McCarthy, a couple other guys going in this upcoming draft. Had verbally committed to Alabama before flipping and signing with his dad's alma mater. Went on, redshirted his freshman year, but did play 4 games where he threw only a total of 10 passes. However, his redshirt freshman year, when he finally became the starter for the Tar Heels, went out there, started in 14 games, had a 66% completion percentage, 4,300 passing yards, 38 touchdowns to only 7 interceptions, while also running for almost 700 yards and 7 TDs. Regressed a little bit his redshirt sophomore year, going out there, starting only 12 games with only 63% completion percentage, only 3,600 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 449 rushing yards, and 9 rushing touchdowns. So after 2 kind of different seasons at UNC, Aaron, what are kind of your first impressions of this kid, Drake Maye, coming out of college?
I think he's a very raw talent. He's got, strong arm, some things to clean up in the pocket, but I mean, he's just kind of your stereotypical what your quarterback's been for the last 20 years, Bill. He's like 6'4", 220, big guy, tall in the pocket. That's kind of what I seen out of him.
Yeah. I mean, he seems to have a rocket arm at times. Definitely some upside there. Like you said, raw talent, raw ability. He has the ability to be extremely accurate at times, but also has a tendency to get a little bit lazy outside the hashes, I've noticed, to where either he just kind of floats it out there for an easy interception, or maybe he doesn't even see a guy running underneath and just throws it right at him without even realizing it. Um,
It's
however,
like when he tries to take some off of the short throws, his
mhm,
mechanics get a little funky and it's a little inaccurate. He also kind of has a tendency to sail some passes
yeah, yeah,
just because of how strong his arm is.
yeah. I mean, just the prototypical raw quarterback talent. You've seen it a million times. Has all the tools to succeed at the NFL level. Just really has to hopefully get drafted by the right team. I think that kind of nurtures that raw potential that he possesses, which he could easily fall into this upcoming draft. You know, with teams like the Vikings looking to move up with, obviously a great receiving core around him there. A somewhat veteran
Veteran
quarterback.
QB.
Yeah, somewhat veteran quarterback and Sam Darnold to sit behind and learn a little bit from. The Patriots, kind of the opposite of that. They don't have a whole lot of receiving talent. I think Jacoby Brissett is back there in New England, so you at least get somewhat of a mentor in that journeyman quarterback, but probably not the most ideal situation for him. The Commanders, maybe, they have some good receiving talent in Jahan Dotson and Terry McLaurin out there, even though they lost Curtis Samuel. So I could see that being a good landing spot for him. However, they may be going Jaden Daniels number two. So with all that being said, what team do you kind of feel like best fits him and his play style?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of teams uh, kind of fit his play style. Um, I mean, obviously Kirk coming out of
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota, I think they're fairly similar. So Minnesota would be a great fit, especially with how you brought up all their weapons there. But
Yeah,
just any West Coast style probably offense.
yeah, give him that
Although they
opportunity.
they did like they did like to throw the ball deep at North Carolina, so maybe some sort of vertical offense
Yeah,
too.
we can go ahead and get into our pro comps now. Drake May, really raw potential, has a cannon for an arm, little bit lazy from time to time, but when he wants to be, he can be really accurate downfield. He's got the arm talent. He's got the size. He's even got a little bit of wiggle. He can run a little bit when he needs to. He's shown that throughout his couple years at North Carolina. With all that being said, I saw this comp to him earlier today, and I'm just kind of gonna steal it. Uh, I see some Justin Herbert in him. Big guy, can move a little bit, cannon for an arm, but a lot of raw potential there. He's definitely not as cleaned up as some of these other prospects, like maybe a Caleb Williams or a Bo Nix is mechanically. Um, but he's got the raw talent. He's got the potential to be really really good, especially in a system where he's got a lot of good targets to throw to. Similar to when Justin Herbert got to LA, he sat behind Tyrod Taylor for a little bit, got thrown into the mix when Tyrod got hurt, and was able to throw to some of the best receivers in the league, and Keenan Allen and Mike Williams up until this next upcoming year. So I could see if Drake May gets drafted to a situation similar to that, he could have a very similar start to his career. What are kind of your thoughts?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he says he kind of models his game after Josh Allen, and I think you can really see that in the way he runs. He's not afraid of contact. In one of the videos I was watching, I believe he even tried to hurdle a guy. Um,
Well, there you go. It's
now
Josh
granted,
Allen.
it's probably not the best business move for a quarterback to
Eh,
to be making,
let
really
him
at any
let him play.
level. Maybe avoid that. But then I don't know, his frame kind of reminds me of Alex Smith,
Oof,
that type of quarterback.
definitely a little bit.
I really struggled with finding someone who he kind of throws like, just because he's kind of unique, in my eyes. So I guess Alex Smith is kind of the best I can come up with that.
Oh, interest. That's interesting to me because I compared Alex or Bo Nix to Alex Smith, and I feel like Bo Nix and Drake May are two drastically different style quarterbacks. With Bo Nix being a little bit more of the accurate one between the two, and Drake May being more of the uh, gunslinger. But
He's like a more aggressive Alex Smith.
yeah, yeah, I don't really see it, but I see what you mean size wise, I guess, and his athletic ability, but I don't really see the arm talent similarities. I think Drake May's got all the potential in the world. Do you think? I guess before we go, we can ask the big burning question that's kind of probably in a lot of people's minds right now. Should he be the number two quarterback?
No,
Should he be the number three quarterback?
maybe.
Maybe. Definitely top four,
Yeah.
possibly three. It's kind of between him and JJ McCarthy, I think, for that number three spot. Jaden Daniels seems all but surefire to go to Washington, I guess, from the sounds of it. So, with Caleb going one, Jaden going two, JJ or Drake's kind of left there with the Patriots or whoever else wants to trade up. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Me personally, I think I take Drake May and the raw potential over JJ McCarthy and the more proven uh, I guess you could say, which is funny because when we started this whole series, this whole quarterback series, I think I said the words that there wasn't enough JJ McCarthy for me to feel confident in him. But between him and Drake May, I probably have seen more of JJ McCarthy at this point. So,
Yeah.
um, with all that being said, unless you got anything else, I think that'll do it for this episode of the most unprofessional sports channel on YouTube, so we'll share sports. I've been your host, Zach Zuckerberg Burkle, here at the coast today. Aaron, go and say bye, Aaron.
Bye.
All right, please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Other than that, deuces.